in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Chicago Cubs hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers at Wrigley Field. So right now we had there are two starting pitchers for tonight, or for this afternoon, I should say. There's Drew Smyly taking a Luis Urias. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get ready to go underway for the first pitch. With the starting lineup for the Dodgers, you got Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman hitting second. JD Martinez hitting third. Max Muncy being the cleanout spot. Miguel Vargas, James Outman hitting sixth. Trace Thompson hitting seventh. Williams eighth and wins ninth. But the first pitch by Smyly is in there for strike one on a fastball at 90 miles an hour. And we're underway in Wrigley Field. All right, 273 and the 0-1 by Smyly. Chopping on the ground. Nice play by Magical, and that'll be out number one for the Cubs defense.
Stretch by Mancini, and they're able to get the fast Mookie Betts. The only thing about Mookie Betts getting here late last night, I wish he would have got here about 2 hours later. Maybe they don't turn that double play.
And the first pitch to Freddie Freeman's in there for strike one. All right, so Freddie Freeman taking a pass on a fastball right down the middle at 91. That's surprising. And the 0-1. That's a bit low. So the Dodgers so far this season are hitting a $195 against the lefties. Good Lord. And the 1-1. That's in the dirt. 2-1 to Freddie Freeman. So far, overall in the season, hit 295 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs so far in 20 games so far this season. And the 2-1. That swings and misses. Strike two. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Freddie Freeman. And the 2-2 pitch. That is fouled off. So fouled off another curveball Still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh boy.
A few years back, he had a blood blister. His hand really hurt, and he choked up, and then he just never stopped. That's all it was.
And the 2-2. That is fouled off. Still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes on.
Against Freddie, Smiley was front hipping the
Mm.
curveball. It reminds me of that was the scouting report that we had at Albert Pujols. That if you could front hip Larry Rothschild, the great Larry Rothschild would give it, to me. If you could front hip him with your breaking ball, front hip
And the
him,
2-2.
really see it.
And Freeman to left center. And that's going to. Bellinger will chase it down for out number 2.
It's been fun just watching him run in center field and track down the base. Yeah, he's a glider out there, isn't he? He always seems to be well positioned, gets good jumps.
A good catch by Bellinger for out number 2.
Saw it over, puts it away. He's been a plus defender so far this year.
Shout out to the 4 that's coming to the chat, though. Into the streams, though.
JD Martinez now with
And the first pitch to JD Martinez is in there for strike 1 at 91 at the belt.
facing the Dodgers.
So no balls in the strike. Overall, hitting 256 with 3 homers, 14 RBIs. And the 0-1 by Smiley just misses inside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Smiley pretty good at getting that cut fastball in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. So that gyro curveball down and away.
And then 1-1. That is high. 2-1 on JD Martinez.
Come on, Andy. 2 balls and a strike. Drew Smiley back to work.
You know what, Arco? And the 2-1 that is popped out of play. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, we'll see how long that they'll keep it up over the, especially in that somewhat competitive AL West. What up, YTC? And the 2-2 by Smiley. And that's popped out of play at 92 off the bat of JD Martinez. So most home runs since 2015. Obviously, Arenado leads that category at 273. Surprisingly, Nelson Cruz at 264 to second. Mike Trout is third with 255. Dude, shit, it's going to be a lot of fun. And JD fouls that back. Still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was pitch number 15 for Drew Smiley. Oh, for sure. For sure. So already 256 so far for JD. And the 2-2 once more. Swings and misses, strike 3. That is the first strikeout by Smiley. 1-2-3. Go with the Dodgers. Bottom first we go. All right. Now we fix up the scorecards. Boom, 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 boom. And to my Cubs fans out there, your starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs goes Nico Horner leading off, Dansby Swanson hitting second, Ian Happ hitting third, Seiya Suzuki being the cleanup spot, Patrick Wisdom fifth, Cody Bellinger sixth, Trey Mancini eighth, Young Gomes catcher this afternoon hitting eighth, and third baseman Nick Madrigal hitting ninth to round out the bottom of the order for the Chicago Cubs. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Do a quick afternoon game because another stream we got going on with me and Tyler, anyways, is we're taking it, and my pro wrestling fans out there, we're going back 24 years to the year 1999 and our old-fashioned Flashback Friday watch party. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But so far, Smiley, the thing with Smiley is how do I say this? Kind of inconsistent. Like it's like he's like a box of chocolates. You don't know exactly which Drew Smiley you're going to get. So hopefully, the Cubs will actually get this decent, or actually a good start out of Drew Smiley later on as well. So obviously the MLB average right now in terms of the OPS is 725. Well, most of the Cubs lineup, except for Trey Mancini and Young Gomes, are pretty much low average. Well, now we got Urias will kick and deal. The first pitch is in there. Our first pitch curveball for strike one to Nico Horner. So Julio Urias right now, so far this season, almost 44% of the time is first pitch fastball, then curveball 32%. And the 0-1 is taken to the right center. Mookie Betts will make the and Trace Thompson with a little bit of a collision, but Trace Thompson will make the catch for out number one.
Over the years, been more of a fly ball type guy. You see Betts calling for Thompson as well. Sometimes it's hard to hear out there.
Well, that's why you saw Mookie also trying to get the hand signal, trying to let him know sometimes you can't hear.
And the first pitch to Swanson is in there for strike one. So back-to-back first pitch curveballs from Julio Urias. Here the kick to start the bottom of the first. Oh, what are we doing here? 1 second, guys. Freaking I have a little bit of technical issues. Just a moment. All right, okay, so the counts 1-1 strike and the pitch. A curveball outside, 2-1 to Dansby Swanson. Obviously came to Chicago on a 7-year deal this all season after the Braves then decided not to pay him. And the 2-1 outside, 3-1 to Dansby Swanson. So far on the year, hit .338. So Dansby Swanson so far last season at a 7% walk rate, but this season 16.7% of the time he was actually getting on base via the walk. And the 3-1, that's a bit outside, ball 4, and that's going to be a 1-out walk for Dansby Swanson. Now here comes Ian Happ. A lot of Cubs fans, not just Cubs fans, but just baseball fans in general, would thought Ian Happ would have gotten moved at the deadline last year, but that wasn't the case, which was very surprising. Well, last swing percent a little bit low this year for Swanson at 37%. And the first pitch to Ian Happ at the knees. First pitch fastballs for strike one. So last two seasons, and obviously so far this year, 16.7% is the first pitch swing rate for Swanson. And the 0-1, that is low, 2-1 or 1-1. So far, hit 304 with 2 homers, 13 RBIs for Ian Happ this afternoon.
Urias is not quick to hold, but he's got really good moves, so you got to pick your spots and be careful.
And the 1-1 swung and a miss, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ian Happ.
And on that occasion, Swanson was actually moving back to first base as the pitch was being delivered.
Did you ever feel like base runners were just trying to set you up?
For sure.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he doesn't have me, and then all of a sudden they take off.
And the 1-2. It's a bit low. 2-2. Looks like Urias went change up there. Good afternoon, Earl. What is going on, my dude? What is going on? And the 2-2. Inside, 3-2. So there's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Ian Happ. And here comes the 3-2. That is a fair ball down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases for Ian Happ. That's going to put the runners on second and third with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Ian Happ gets a 1-out double. The Cubs are right now cooking right now with runners in scoring possession. Took a fastball right on the inside part of the plate and just hooked it down the left field line for a 1-out double. Good piece of hit by Ian Happ. But shout out to the 9 that's coming into the streams, man. And the first pitch to Suzuki's outside at 95. 1 ball, no strikes. So far, Seiya Suzuki, so far in 16s, obviously had to miss a little bit some time with injury. In 348 so far. I appreciate that. And the 1-0. Okay. Take a curveball up in the zone. Had no issues with that. So it counts even 1 ball, 1 strike to Seiya Suzuki here in the bottom of the first. Now they 1-1. That's it. They're at 93.
And you'll see that change the leg lift.
Absolutely. Suzuki was a little bit hesitant.
Trying to upset the hitter's timing. He'll give him a different look all the time. He'll even drop down on some left-handers. So he's got some tricks in his bag.
And the 1-2. That's low. Apparently, according to the home plate umpire, 2-2. Oof.
They're chirping pretty good from the Dodger dugout.
It's one of those edge pitches that you're supposed to get. But Smiley didn't get him early either.
That was kind of middle, though.
Yeah, I know.
And then the 2-2. That is fouled off. Still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes on Seiya Suzuki.
Signed back in 2012 as a 16-year-old by Mike Brito, the legendary scout that signed Fernando Valenzuela. And they liked him. He signed him for $450,000. He debuted in 19, or in May of 16, I should say, at 19 years old.
Counts. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That is low in the dirt, 3-2. So this is the second 3-ball count, or I should say second full count on Julio Urias. The lowest ERA in the major league since 2020. Obviously, Urias at 2.62 leads that category, along with Max Fried at 2.64. And Max Scherzer at 2.67 with a minimum of 200 innings pitched. And Urias with the 3-2. That is fouled off by Suzuki. Still holding 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Has been non-fastballs. He's really shown an ability to get on.
Or this right now, a 7-pitch at bat for Seiya Suzuki here on a full count.
Giving him trouble.
And the 3-2. And Suzuki drives it to left center, and that's going to drop down for an extra base hit. 2 runs are coming to score. Seiya Suzuki with an RBI double, a 2-run double. Gets the Cubs on the board early, 2-0 lead. 2-0 Cubs. Good piece of hitting. Yeah, a fastball right down the middle, and Suzuki knew what to do with it, and just right now didn't do too much. Just drove it into the gap, drives in 2 runs. And Swanson scores easily with Ian Happ trailing on the tail. Well, thank God I have Suzuki in one of my fantasy leagues, so that's fantastic. And now we get a quick meeting on the mound with Urias. And that's going to be the first mound visit for the Dodgers. So Urias so far this season, 7 earned runs, 4 of them come against the Cubs. Good God. Then we got Patrick Wisdom and the first pitch. It takes a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1, so no balls in the strike to Patrick Wisdom, the number 5 hitter so far, hitting 262. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, the A's are officially moving to Las Vegas. That is high to 1-1. Speaking of that, too, yeah, they actually put out a statement midnight a couple nights ago. No, that they bought land in Las Vegas with Red Rocks, and they're going to build a new ballpark because obviously Oakland did nothing to do them to help them the last 20 years. That is low, 2-1. What? Well, I can't because you're the division rival, but you have to take into consideration of the city not doing much for the team. Not put renovations in the stadium and shit like that. And the 2-1. That is, really? That's just eclipsed the top part of the strike zone to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So far, 13 strikes to 12 balls, ball to strike ratio for Urias. And the 2-2. And Wisdom goes down swinging. That is strikeout number 1 for Julio Urias. So in the Dodgers defense, from left to right, you have James Outman, and left, Trace Thompson at center, and Mookie Betts. And right, Max Muncy at third, Luke Williams at short, Miguel Vargas at second, obviously with Freddie Freeman at first, with Austin Wynns behind the plate, catching Urias. And the first pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes. So far, so far in 18 games, hitting 290, 4 homers, 13 RBIs for Cody Bellinger. And the 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0.
Just seems like he's got a real good feel for the strike zone right now. He knows what he wants to swing at. He's not chased a lot. I will knock on some wood.
And obviously on a 1-year prove-it deal, try to get back to what he was, back to his MVP self for Bellinger. The count's now 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch by Urias is low, 3-0.
Again, small sample size alert, but there have been improvements, right? The swing and miss rate, whiff percentage is down. The strikeout rate is down. And he's making more contact when he's swinging outside the strike zone.
And the 3-0 is high, ball 4, and that's going to be second walk issued by Urias here this afternoon. Oh, man. I actually showed a little bit of game last night for Cody Bellinger. Right now, making some huge improvements. But in the first pitch to Mancini, chops on the ground to third. Muncy will have the easy play for out number 3. So the Cubs do get 2 on the board here in the first against the Dodgers. Now leading 2-0 going to the top of the second this afternoon. But shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, though. If you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely said you're going to see a lot more MLB content coming your way, no matter, well, for other teams anyways, because know how the way my Phillies have been playing, I could care less, but it's whatever. But so far, Cubs are going to be one of those teams that maybe it's going to be interesting to watch this year. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the 7 coming in, man, this afternoon. So I hope we. Alrighty. All right, top of the second we go. Cubs leading 2-0 off the RBI double. And Smile will kick and deals the first pitch to Muncy. It's a first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to Max Muncy so far. So we're now hit 246 for the year for Max Muncy and gets his first time out. First and only. And the 0-1 pitch by Smiley. That's in there for strike two. So back-to-back curveballs from Smiley. No balls, 2 strikes. So far, Max Muncy in 19 games is hitting right now 246 with 8 homers, 16 RBIs. And the 0-2 swings and misses strike 3. Strikeout number 2 by Drew Smiley. So those 3 straight curveballs. Well, that's Smiley will do that to you, but Smiley, for as long as I've seen, can be inconsistent at times. But the first pitch to Vargas, bet low, 1 ball, no strikes off that fastball.
Drew Smiley in 2020 made 7 appearances, 5 starts with the Giants.
That's inside 2-0 on Miguel Vargas.
Former assistant GM here, Scott Harris, was with the Giants in 2020. He was the one that told Drew Smiley, when in doubt, throw your curveball.
And the 2-0. That's low, 3-0. So first 3-ball count for Smiley so far early this afternoon.
30, 40%, down north of 40%.
And the 3-0. That's right there at strike 1 at the knees.
It's interesting. I mean, think about, there was just something about when you guys played, it was almost like a ceiling, right, on how much you could throw a secondary pitch. I think there was...
And that is fouled off. Now it's a full count on Miguel Vargas. So 3 balls, 2 strikes by Drew Smiley.
Get through the lineup twice. Just get through the lineup twice. Give us 5 good innings, and we'll turn it over to a bullpen where we have a number of power arms that have different skill sets that change the look for hitters. So I think that's why it's changed so much. Do what you do well for as long as you can.
And Smiley with the 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Kicks and deals.
Smiley is ready and deals.
Swings and misses. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. That is strikeout number 3 by Drew Smiley. Already, Smiley with 3 strikeouts. And it's just straight 90 on the straight 90-mile-an-hour fastball right by him. Just a long swing. People, or just, in other words, swinging underwater. It's just so slow. That's slow. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0. That's fouled back. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on James Outman.
Deep in the game, and I think that's why the Cubs made a move and got another reliever because the bullpen gave 6 innings.
Sorry, now that's 27 total pitches thrown by Smiley here. And the 1-1 is low, 2-1 on James Outman. So far hitting 290 on the year on this very young season. And the 2-1 pitch has chopped foul. Counts out even. 2 balls, 2 strikes on James Outman. All right, with 2 outs here in the bottom and the top half of the second. And the 2-2. Swings and misses, strike 3. That is strikeout number 4. And the side is retired. So Drew Smiley strikes out the side. So good pitching by Drew Smiley. Like I mentioned before, it depends on which Smiley you're going to get, depending on the day when he pitches. Like if he's going to get a start like this, or I've seen in the past where he can just get lit up for 5, 6, 7 runs, if that's the case. All right, bottom second we go. Obviously, flashback July 31st, 2022. Reed Detmers throws an immaculate inning, which nowadays, like, who? 9 strikes. Thought I did this for my boy Gooley, who's a Cubs fan, obviously. Pretty much all things Chicago. So I'm giving this chance. And plus, too, like I said, and that's why I have a post on my community tab. That I do like a lot of other teams. Because let's be real, even though I'm a Phillies fan, but Jesus, my Phillies have not been great, to say the least. And it's hard to do a game or watch games without getting frustrated. They're just so bad. All right, but bottom second we go. So now we got Young Gomes takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. So it'll be Young Gomes, Nick Madrigal at the top of the order for the Chicago Cubs. Are we up 2? So Young Gomes hitting .238 with 3 homers, 8 RBIs so far this young season. And the pitch, it's inside 2-0. So the Cubs made Urias throw 31 pitches and just only in the first. And that's the tie season high in any inning by from Urias. And the 2-0. That's in. Obviously, he takes a 2-0 curveball for strike 1.
For a guy that's only walked 3 hitters, 23 2/3 innings, 24 2, it really.
And the 2-1. And did he check? Yeah, it looks like Young Gomes held his swing, so it's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1. And that is popped up to shallow center. Thompson coming in will make the catch for out number 1.
This weekend, the 50-50 raffle has a guaranteed jackpot of $50,000. Fans in Illinois can
right.
now through the end of Sunday's game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a Wrigley Field raffle ambassador through the 8th inning of each game. That's some, what is it, what you term? Some loot. Cake. Some onions. Yeah.
The first pitch in there for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Nick Madrigal. Right now, the starting third baseman this afternoon. So far, hit 323, no homers, 4 RBIs, in 13 games so far on this young season for the Chicago Cubs.
Buying tickets before they told me I was not eligible to win.
And you were 0 for 2.
I was so I had not won.
0 for a year
And and that is line to left. That's going to drop in for an extra base hit. That's going to be a 1-out double. And that's going to be a leadoff triple for Nick Madrigal. So that'd be a 1-out triple. So obviously. And now we got Nico Hoerner. Takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and a strike with a runner on third. In the 0-1. That is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right now, so Hoerner right now 0 for 1 flew out his last. And the 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit. Another run scores. The Cubs right now up 3 over the Dodgers.
Madrigal getting to third base with just 1 out. You got such a good contact hitter like Diego Herrera. Over, make his job that much easier. Not a bad pitch. Got it moving in on his hands, and he just works.
Oh man, Topple get muscling a fastball right off the hands. Now the first pitch to Swanson, swings and misses. Strike 1, no balls and a strike. Cubs right now up 3-0 over the Dodgers. You're a Dodgers fan? Yeah, that's not looking good for you.
This is a Cubs offense with a different look than we've seen the last.
And a quick throw over to keep Horner close at first. Obviously, that is the first disengagement. Obviously, you're allowed 2 pickoffs. You cannot pick off on the third. That will be considered a balk. And another throw over. So that is 2 disengagements already. So this season already, the Cubs are right now 9th in terms of batter strikeout rate at 20.8%. In the 0-1, that's outside 2-1-1 on Dansby Swanson.
35 straight plate appearances without striking. I mean, that just doesn't happen in the game anymore. That's true.
And Madrigal struck out 1 so far this year. 34 plate appearances.
The count's out 1 ball, 1 strike on Swanson, who walked his first plate appearance. Chops it on the ground. Short 6-4-3. Nope, that's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. And a 6-4 put out on the play by Vargas. So it'll be 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, with the Cubs holding 3 over the LA Dodgers. Well, now here comes Ian Happ, who had it now coming up. An opportunity to at least get more runs on the board for the Cubs this afternoon. Already 1 for 1 this afternoon. And the first pitch, swings and misses, strike 1. On a curveball inside. What up, Mike? So right now, 1 for 1, doubled and a run scored his last time up.
He's a guy that has shown a capability to hit for a high average, as we documented. He doesn't strike out. So,
and the 0-1, swings and misses, strike 2.
Yeah, I don't think that he's ever going to walk a lot because his bat-to-ball skills are so good. Right?
The count's down 2, no balls, 2 strikes, and that was pitch number 46 for Arias. So far here in the bottom of the second.
You swing, you're probably putting it in play.
And the 0-2. And on the outside corner, called strike 3. However, with the Dodgers getting out of that inning, the Cubs push across another one off the leadoff 1-out triple. So by Madrigal and a good well, whatever. Cubs up 3-0 going to the top of the third. And if you're a Dodgers fan, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, y'all just have not really been the same, well, obviously at all. And obviously showing some MLB flashbacks. So July 16th, 2022, Paul Goldschmidt hits his 300th career home run. Again, looks like against the Diamondbacks by the looks, or no, against the Cincinnati Reds. Last year, July 16th. It's going to be interesting to see going forward. But Smiley, man, true, but you guys have not looked solid, for lack of a better term. I mean, look, Freddie Freeman, I think he's still having a good year. I'll give him that. Mookie Betts, just Mookie Betts. I mean, no matter if it's a good or a bad year, he'll still find a way to be very productive. Alvin, I really like what this kid's bringing on, just in terms of what he's kind of done so far in the major leagues. But Muncy's been hot and cold sometimes. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but like I think Muncy just needs more consistency. But like I said, no hate nor disrespect towards your Dodgers, but they can't be worse than my Phillies, I can tell you that much. Because we fucking suck. Shit, talk trash on him. I've always wanted to. But another flashback. April, obviously, to April 1st of this seat, open up the seat. Well, okay then. And Smiley will deliver the first pitch in there for strike one. That looked like that crossed up Young Gomes.
How do you get crossed up and pushing buttons? I don't know, because you both hear the same thing, don't you?
At 74 to Trace Thompson. And the 0-1 is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, too early. Well, that's well, like us, man. We stink. And the 1-1 swings and misses at 91, right by him for strike 2. So far, 206. Well, that could be improved, which is going to happen. And the 1-2, that is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trace Thompson so far. Hit 206 on the year, but I think that it might be going up or be going down, depending on. And the 2-2 swings and misses. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Drew Smiley.
So you might do magical Horner, magical 1-2 in your batting order. For that reason, they're both kind of prototypical number 2 hitters.
And now we got Luke Williams and the first pitch by Smiley. That's in there for strike 1. So no balls on the strike to Luke Williams. So in his first plate appearance this afternoon against the Cubs. Right now it's Drew Smiley kind of rocking and rolling on the mound so far early. Swings and misses. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on back-to-back curveballs. And here comes the 0-2 pitch by Smiley. Swings and misses. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 6. 6 in a row. So Luke Williams strikes out swinging on 3 straight curveballs. But now here comes the catcher, Austin Wins, before he faces the first pitch from Smiley. Right now, kind of been rocking and rolling early. And the first pitch to Wins on the outside corner for strike 1. That's what I thought. But the Cubs, for me, I always feel like they've always been that scrappy team in the NL Central. But I mean, I like what I've seen so far. Well, I know it's the first Cubs game I've done, but I've seen some highlights of it where I've liked what I've seen so far. I like what Madrigal brings. Maybe you're not your prototypical. I mean, he could be your prototypical 1 or 2 hitter in the lineup. And, having Swanson, too, adds to that defense as well. But the 1-1 pitch, that's been inside at 92. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, that's true. And Smiley right now is really kind of showing that. Struck out 6 so far. And that is in there. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Smiley will kick and deal the 2-2 pitch. That's outside 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Austin Wins. So far early, hitting a measly 125 on this young season, even though probably short sample size. And the 3-2 pitch. That has popped up. Behind the third base bag, Madrigal right in foul territory will make the catch for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. Bottom third we go. We got Suzuki, Wisdom, and Cody Bellinger, the scheduled hitters, coming up in the bottom of the third for the Chicago Cubs. Leading early, 3-0. But yeah. Well, looking good so far, though, if you're a Cubs fan. But if you're a Dodgers fan early, I don't know what to say. I've never seen a team at all. As many years as a baseball fan, never seen a team struggle against left-handed pitching, especially in the case of the Dodgers, anyways, as good as a talented team that they are. But it is what it is, I guess. Oh, damn, dude. Alrighty. Obviously. Oh, boy. What up, Sleeping Angels? Yeah, I mean, look. The score doesn't lie, and Drew Smiley's been shoving it against the Dodgers. And it's also crazy too that I've seen so far around the league. Andrew McCutchen kind of I'm saying not reinventing, but kind of re-sparking what he once had back in Pittsburgh, which I find super crazy. All right, bottom third we go. So we got Suzuki, Wisdom, and Bellinger. And the first pitch to Suzuki is high, 1 ball, no strikes. But the last time, his first time up, had a 2-run double for Seiya Suzuki. And the 1-0, and that is fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike on Seiya Suzuki. Well, thank God he gave me fantasy points, which is fantastic. And the 1-1 but to Suzuki is low, 2-1. Yeah. And obviously it's showing, especially with how Drew Smiley. And I'll say this too with Smiley. He's got to have more consistency. May not like overpowering stuff, but geez. That is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Suzuki with Patrick Wisdom. Not a huge fan of. I mean, not to say that's a bad thing, but Wisdom's kind of like,
You're splitting your catchers. Hosmer's got a ton of bats. Was that a plan, or is it just kind of fallen into place?
And the 2-2, that is fouled off. That time at 92, still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes on Suzuki with Patrick Wisdom and Cody Bellinger. I mean, not just the Cubs, but Cody Bellinger. So far, what I've seen so far in the early part of the season looks pretty solid. And the 2-2 pitch once more. That is chopped on the ground. Foul. Yeah. He's got to stay hot because if not, because I've seen the ugly portions of how bad Wisdom can be when he struggles. But like I said, he's got to stay hot. And Bellinger's got to stay consistent. If you can do that, that is in there. Strike 3. Oh man, locked up on a good curveball. But I think it'll be a really good return, a good return on the investment for Bellinger. On a 1-year proving deal, sure, yeah, 17 mil. Well, most of the schmucks would definitely have that, sure. But I think, and the fact that Cody Bellinger looked like he didn't really tinker as much. I've noticed that his so far early, obviously early on in the first pitch high is 1 ball, no strikes to Patrick Wisdom. Looked like he flew out his last time up. But going back to what I said on Bellinger, it looked like he kind of fixed himself a little bit in a way. Like we all knew he was a great defender. Actually, his bats have been a lot better with the Cubs. What up, John Nell? What is up, my dude? That is in there. Strike 1. Oh, man, back foot curveball. To even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. That is swung on a miss. Strike 2. A fastball outside the zone. Now Wisdom down to the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody would know it. You look great. All right, good to talk to you guys. Thanks, David Ross, right there joining us.
That's swung and a miss, strike 3, and that is strikeout number 3, or number 4, I should say, for Julio Urias.
You know, he's so right about being the same every day and having that energy. I actually think you get training if you're a catcher.
But now we got Cody Bellinger. First plate appearance, walked his first time up.
You never know when you don't feel good or you're not energetic or
And the first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
he was fantastic as a catcher, and he's doing a great job as a manager.
So overall, hitting 290, 4 homers, 13 RBIs, and an 8.82 OPS.
His fourth belly bomb last night.
And 92.
Names for every
Bellinger, man, that was in the nitro zone. And why the hell did you take that? I mean, both Urias and Smiley's been fucking killing it with the curveballs this afternoon. And they won 1. And that is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I mean, I like what I've seen so far. I mean, the record says otherwise. I mean, you know, for the Cubs, for a team that had like guys like Javi Baez, Chris Bryant, you know, that kind of teams in years. Oof. Swings and foul tips right into the glove for strike 2.
Talk to him. He comes with just such positivity. I would say the Cubs have
So the count's down. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bellinger. With Trey Mancini waiting on deck. And the pitch, that is fouled off. So still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bellinger.
guys that have come in or been parts of winning culture. You have to be able to turn the page. I mean, you just have to. It's tough, and this game's a struggle. And you got to find ways
You ain't wrong.
to help out, no matter how you're swinging.
And the 2-2. And Bellinger to deep right. See ya. Cody Bellinger with home run number 5 of the year puts him up by 4. So Cody Bellinger, 376 to straightaway right. Obviously takes a fastball right in the nitro zone, and goodbye baseball.
Bellinger delivers. What a great start he is having here in April.
So 4-0 Cubs lead. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Trey Mancini. He's already 0 for 1. Yeah, you ain't wrong. And just looked like he's swinging like his old self again. You know, not like years. And that is high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mancini, but kind of how like he was swinging during his MVP years.
I like seeing that. I think especially seeing that. I know last night it's cool, but
And the 1-1 to Mancini. Mancini to deep left on the warning track, and it is gone. Back-to-back home runs. So Trey Mancini gets on the home run hitting action. And Trey Mancini increases the lead now to 5. And a quick, nice short, compact swing out. And Trey Mancini gets on the home run hitting party. And now here comes Young Gomes. Takes the first pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. So 1 ball, no strikes to Young Gomes. 0 for 1 this afternoon. And that is low. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Young Gomes. Just oof, wow. Hey, long time no see, normal guy. What's good, my dude? That is in the good curveball. I guess Young Gomes was not looking for that, so it's 2 balls and a strike on Young Gomes.
As soon as you get one fix, one breaks. It's tough.
And that's it. Oh man, good swing. All right, so the top through 3 innings, Cubs hold a 5 spot over the Dodgers. Shout out to everyone though, man. Shout out to everyone that's been in the chat. Whew. Been a long time no see, man. Appreciate you coming back, coming around, normal guy. We're going to the top of the 4th. So the Cubs, well, they did some damage in that inning with back-to-back solo shots by Trey Mancini and Cody Bellinger. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So all my cut. Already 5-0 going through here, going to the top of the 4th. Oh, man. All right, so 5 runs, 6 hits for the Cubs. No runs, no hits on the Dodgers. I mean, it's still the first half of the year. I mean, still. And Smiley back out to start the 4th, and throws a first pitch in there for strike 1 to Mookie Betts. Now we get towards the top of the order. Now we're at the top of the order for the Dodgers. And the 0-1 is high. 1 ball, 1 strike at 91.
Came on last night as a pinch hitter in the 7th.
So right now, Mookie Betts 0 for 1 with the ground out back in the 1st. And the 1-1 pitch. And that is into straightaway center. Bellinger shading his eyes. And will make the catch on the edge of the warning track for out number 1.
This weekend, the 50-50 raffle has a guaranteed jackpot of $50,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets now through the end of Sunday's game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a Wrigley Field raffle ambassador through the 8th inning of each
Mm-hmm.
game.
All right, so we got Freddie Freeman, and the first pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Yeah, I mean, hey, we did you guys a solid. We took the series away from the White Sox, even though we still suck. That's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman.
Has been a dominant performance from Smiley so far here today. There really hasn't been hard contact against him at all. The fastball and the curveball.
Yeah, it's Smiley will kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch. That's chopped on the ground. Easy play. Smiley covered the first base bag for out number 2. I mean, shit. Would have been easier if we swept them, but hey, we still took the season series from them.
He struck out the side. It appears just kind of like, something motion, maybe mechanical related. But then last half inning, I was seeing just kind of like some curveball action with their arms and some smiles on their faces as well. Last time
all right, top 4 is still a 5-0 game. I appreciate that, normal guy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the first pitch is a bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes to JD Martinez, who struck out his first time up against Drew Smiley. And the 1-0 That's popped up, and that's going to be in the seats. All right, see, we'll make the catch for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. So 5-0 going to the bottom of the 4th for the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, well, me and Tyler, we've been doing different things as well. But going back to April 1st, so Trace Thompson hits 3 home runs against the Diamondbacks, but who knows what has happened ever since. All right. And I got to keep tacking on because I mean, apparently the Dodgers can't hit. Apparently, cannot hit left-handed pitching to save their damn lives. Or as a team, they're hitting $195 against lefties this season. It may be early, but good God, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Oh boy. And let's try to do this. All right. Yeah, a little rough for the Dodgers, but they just apparently they stink against lefties early. And then again. So we got Nick Madrigal to lead it off. Then now the lineup turns over to the top of the order. So it'll be Madrigal, Horner, and Swanson to kick it off here. The bottom of the 4th takes the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Madrigal, his first time up, had a 1-out triple and came around and scored off this. Looks like probably off the. Oh fuck! And that is low 2-0 to Nick Madrigal. So 2 balls, no strikes here on Nick Madrigal. Already 1 for 1 this afternoon for the Chicago Cubs early. And the pitch takes I guess you could call that a strike. Barely clips the inside part of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. And that was pitch number 74. And the 2-1. That is fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that is true. So that didn't have nothing to do anyway. So I said, you know what? Screw it. Let's do a Cubs game. And the 2-2. And that is popped up, and that's going to be in the seats. Still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nick Madrigal. They got Nico Horner now waiting in the wings behind him here in the bottom of the 4th. And the 2-2 pitch, that is, takes a huge hack at it, but it still fouls it up in the seats. So still holding 2 balls, 2 strikes. And why not? A beautiful Friday afternoon for a Cubs game? Shit. I won't pass up on that opportunity. And the 2-2 once more. And Madrigal, oh, wow, on the edge of the warning track will fly out to the left for out number 1 to James Outman makes the catch. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Maybe that's a little extreme, but man, pitchers like to do I think it had something on them. Yeah. And I feel like between
that's my buddy Tyler lives up in Rhode Island. Yeah, that was the biggest knock on MLB Network because the local TV stations.
It doesn't seem like it's a factor that happens. Like Andy Pettitte.
Yeah, but it's a nice Friday afternoon too for a Cubs game, which I'll really enjoy. And the 1-0 to Horner is outside. 1 ball or 2 balls and no strikes. Obviously 1 for 2. Singled his last time up and then drove in Nick Magical, who flew out in the previous at bat.
Pick up what other teams do and what your teams do. Like if your guys, because
And the 2-0. That's outside 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes.
Really watch closely. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's some organizations are a lot better. Some players are so much better than other players. I always had a hard time.
And here comes the 3-0 by Urias. And obviously be a green light take by Nico Horner. So it's 3 balls and a strike.
Twinkle your nose and they'll see it.
They'll figure it out.
Yes,
Then there are other guys that you can document that the guys tipping the pitches and the hitters like I was looking at.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be live for that for the NFL draft.
And that is in for a strike to Nico Horner. He'd go 1 for 2.
Gonna tell Andy Fletcher I don't strike out.
And the home plate umpire thought it was strike 3, but it was strike 2. Yeah, well, I know how embarrassing that must be. But now it's a full count. And that is going to be a foul ball. So holds 3 balls, 2 strikes on Nico Horner. 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. Now, see, Nico Horner has 35 consecutive plate appearances without a strike, the longest active streak right now in the major leagues. Yeah, that's what's happening. And that is a loud foul ball off the bat of Horner. Still bowling 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's some good swings right now on Urias right now in this at bat.
Does he work with the Players
He does
Association?
work with the Players Association. He's another.
That was him. I saw it. He was in the clubhouse.
That's
there,
right.
yeah.
Stanford guy. He and Nico did their secret Stanford.
And the 3-2 once more. And that is going to drop in for a base hit for Nico Horner. That is his second hit of the day. Already 2 for 3 this afternoon.
Mike Leary and Nick Helling.
But now here comes Dansby Swanson.
Too, right, Joe? I mean, it's not getting
And-
hits, he's hitting line drives.
Yeah, and it's a pretty simple swing that you would think that he would.
Just a simple swing. Just drive it right back up the middle and try not to do too much.
There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of big swings. And it's like,
And that is going to do it for Urias. So Dodgers going to the bullpen early.
Change here at Wrigley. It's brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Jake Reed coming in.
We got a pitching change for the Dodgers. Oh, man. So shout out to the 12 strong on this beautiful afternoon. Especially you're a Cubs fan anyways. Whoop. All right. So we got a quick pitching change. Honestly, got to give the Cubs a lot of credit though for really putting the pressure on and obviously made Urias work. All right. Already going to the bullpen. So on a 5-0 lead. So May 3rd, 2022, Dusty Baker records his 2000th managerial win. Good Lord. At some point, they got to put that man in the MLB Hall of Fame at some point when it's all said and done. So now you got Dansby Swanson already 0 for 1 so far this afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. Oh, good. God bless you, man. Because, man, we took the series from y'all, and now you got to play Tampa Bay. Actually, speaking of that, look at their schedule. Who do they got coming up? I know they got a tough couple of series coming up. Well, we are back to the bottom of the 4th. We got Michael Kopech and Foucher.
How's your next housing and a renovated private suite located on the Wrigley Field suite level? This all-inclusive experience starts at 8 guests for select games. For details, visit Cubs.com/premiere. That's where you start. And then you finish up in the suite.
Honestly, we got someone with it looks like a bear jacket. That's crazy. And again,
It's open. You just throw it over your head and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a show.
now we got Jake Reed to come out of the Dodgers bullpen, and the first pitch is in there for strike one, apparently.
Right? So that has to get on you really quick, even though it's only 87.
You got on the play-by-play guy a little quick. I was like,
Oh, that is funky from Jake Reed. I have no idea, man. And that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
This is funky mechanics. 18 games last year, 3 different big league clubs. Mets, Dodgers, and Orioles. 16 and 2/3 innings and a 7.02 ERA.
Last season, very short sample sizes for Jake Reed. Very funky.
Twins organization.
It's in there for strike 2.
Elise could probably talk to. That's almost like a softball motion, right? The underneath.
yeah, it's a tough bag of lace. What do you have?
It's I see where you're going with that, Joe. It's like getting borderline, underhand, if you will. So guys are looking at that, his release. Take a
And
look
the
at
1-2.
what we have in the dugout.
Swings and misses. Strike 3.
Swanson goes down.
So
swinging.
Swanson goes down swinging. No balls. 2. That's 0 for 2.
What the guy has on the mouse, they're all kind of huddled around. What I'm assuming they're looking at is what Reed could be having and just some pointers when they go to the plate.
I'm sure there's some.
Now here comes Ian Happ. Now coming up with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
See this a little bit. Maybe he'll be out before I see it.
And obviously, Happ now swinging from the left side against Jake Reed. And the first pitch swings and misses. Strike 1 at 84.
Thanks very much. My buddy Peter Moylan, remember he had a really good career.
So Happ already this afternoon, 1 for 2 with the double, and also a run scored this afternoon for the Cubs. And
That's kind of what the
a quick throw over.
motion is, right?
Good luck, Freddie, at catching that sink. I mean, this is different than any.
Yo, what up, Steve?
I've never seen a guy.
Cheers, man.
In a sidearm.
Yo, GG's you beating us. And that's another throw over, but that's going to be second number 2. Can't have more than 2.
And, I think he's topped out at 87. You would think with that arm speed, it would be harder.
JD, I don't think we've seen a 3 disengagement situation, have we?
No.
I don't think so.
Though, right? Yes. On Swanson.
See Nico go here.
And the 0-1. A quick pitch out. Wins with the throw and gets on it.
Second base,
And it looks like the Cubs might be want to look at this. Yeah, GG's. Apparently we can't fucking hit. We made Felder look like a fucking DeGrom. We can't hit for shit.
back seat pocket.
So that's going to be a out number 3. So top of the 5th we go. Let me see the replay. Yeah, they got him on just barely on the backseat pocket. So top of the 5th we go. We're at the halfway point. I just want April to be done with as a Phillies fan. Shit. But shout out to the 15 though, man. On this beautiful Friday afternoon. Like I said, later tonight at 7, you'll see me and Tyler again for some old school WWF SmackDown. And then later at 9:30, I'll be live. Actually, for Steve, for your Denver Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves for game 3, I think. Oh God. Let me check. Check my streaming schedule. But yeah, so I'll be live also at 9:30 for the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves for some NBA playoffs. Honestly, and as a Sixers fan, man, damn, we should have lost last night, but nope. Sixers had other ideas, so we. oh boy, and I felt bad for my boy Jeff because man, that pretty much had that victory sealed in the bag. But hey, we came to fight against the what do you call it? I'm sorry, no, that actually, what am I doing? No, I'm sorry, that's Sunday. I'm an idiot. So yeah, so actually, yo, you had money on the Nets? Oh man. Damn. But the first pitch from Smiley is in there for strike one. Damn. I mean, shit. That one big turnover pretty much called it. At the 0-1, that is low. 1 ball, 1 strike from Juice Smiley. So we got Max Muncy to lead it off. 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up. And the 1-1 has popped up, and that's going into the stands. He counts that 1 ball, 2 strikes on Max Muncy. Oh, man. And then 1-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that is strikeout number 7 for Drew Smiley. Smiley, man. That's what. Fastball, curveball. And just bounce a curveball right in the dirt and gets Max Muncy chasing. Are now 0 for 2 this afternoon with 2 strikeouts. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. On the first pitch, curveball to Miguel Vargas, also 0 for 1 with the strikeout back his first time up. That is popped up. And that's going to be caught for out number 2 by Seiya Suzuki. So quick 2 outs for Drew Smiley. So far, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Good God. The zeros right across the board. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. No balls and a strike to James Outman. And the first 0-1 is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah. Yeah, I'd figured. And the 1-1 swings and misses. Strike 2.
It's funny, right? And we all, in sports, you always create narratives. Sure. But I feel like as pitchers, our little fraternity.
And the 1-2 pitch. That is low, 2-2.
What is the first thing a pitcher says? Writers are interviewing. I think that might good stuff today. And I'm watching the game and I'm seeing a guy throwing 98 miles per hour with a nasty breaking ball. That stuff looks pretty good to me. Maybe you didn't locate your good stuff very well today.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch to Outman. That is chopped on the ground. Smiley. And 1, 2, 3. Go the Dodgers here in the top of the 5th. So bottom 5 we go. Cubs still only get 5-0 lead over the Dodgers. So we got Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and then Patrick Wisdom, the scheduled hitters coming up for the Chicago Cubs. Oh, boy. Shout out to the 16, though. All right. All right. Some bottom 5. Cubs hold 5-0 for the Dodgers coming in with Smiley. Wow. Right. So I've never seen Smiley be actually this dominant because, well, even though, when he was with us for a short period of time, kind of stunk for us, which is crazy. Oh, Lordy, let it. All right. All right, coming back to live, obviously on the Marquee Network for those who are for Cubs fans watching the Marquee Network. And the first pitch is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Ian Happ. Was already 1 for 2 this afternoon. Also doubled and also has a run scored. Oh, Jesus. And the 1-0. That is swung on a miss, strike 1. No, 1 ball, 1 strike on Ian Happ. Good shit. Good shit. Woo! 84. And that's high. 1 ball, 2 balls in 1 strike. All right, what are we doing here? Dude, my eye fucking itches. Counts 2 balls and a strike on Happ with Suzuki. You know, accounted for two of the 5 runs for the Cubs this afternoon. And the 2-1 pitch. That has popped out of play. Evens the count. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch outside 3-2.
It's his second, I think it's third tour of duty with the Dodgers. He's with them in 21, 22, and again. This year,
And the 3-2. That is outside ball 4. So that'll be a leadoff walk for Ian Happ to kick off the bottom of the 5th. So Tuesday, May 23rd for Cubs fans against the New York Feds is the Grateful Dead ticket offer. So Brady's Grateful Dead night for my Cubs fans out there. And now we got Seiya Suzuki coming up with nobody out and a first pickoff attempt from Jake Reed. And that's the first disengagement so far in this plate appearance. And the first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
I'm not familiar with Fish's work, though. Except for on Barney Miller. Remember him? Great character.
Well, I get you. Well, that's no surprise. That's in there for strike 1. See, like I said, I don't really watch hockey in much. It's funny enough for those kind of know about me. I have not watched hockey. It feels like in forever, except for the bubble year when my Flyers were actually somewhat good in the bubble year, which I still don't really want to count that. We still suck regardless. We're just still bad. That is high. Oh, that is cold strike 2 apparently.
Yeah, well, arm angle, right arm slot, that lower arm slot, if you kind of open up a little bit, or just maybe pronating, turning that ball over as he delivers. Runner in, the slider away, probably the way he likes to go with righties.
That's inside 2-2. Of course. Well, that's true. Arco, you and me both. And that's going to be a base hit for and Ian Happ, who could run really well, gets the first, the third with no problems. So we got runners on the corners. So that's going to be 2 for 2 for Seiya Suzuki this afternoon. So that's more fantasy points for me, you crazy bastards. Oh. So now we got runners on first and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Now here comes Patrick Wisdoms. Are you 0 for 2 this afternoon? Oh, baseball. Yeah, you and me both. Baseball for me is my number 1. That is in there on the outside corner, strike one.
Cubs, by the way, into today.
So far, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts this afternoon for Patrick Wisdom.
Well, I can tell you from being alongside Kevin Long for so many years, he preaches a two-strike approach, where a lot of hitters.
The 0-1. And Wisdom, deep left, and that's a 3-run shot. Patrick Wisdom leaves the ballpark. That is 3 home runs as a team this afternoon for the Cubs. It is 8-0. Cubs lead over the Dodgers. 409 feet goes that baseball. And it's in there, first pitch strike. One, no balls and a straight to Bellinger, who also homered his first time up.
It's pretty special. Yeah. It's a different sound.
Let's do more Cubs. That is fouled off. Now, no balls and 2 strikes. First time that Cody Bellinger's actually fell down in the count. So home runs leaders of the season. Patrick Winston now moves to tie a tie for first in the major leagues with 9 homers, and with Max Muncy with 8. And we get timeout called here by Austin Wentz.
Hey, let's take a look at this one again. The coverage game is brought to you by T-Mobile. Upshoot slide ball. That arm tip high, and Patrick Wisdom annihilates it. On the wavelength, I believe. Off the fan, man.
Whew, man, that ball got out of a hurry.
They're not even at 20 games, so let's just say that you multiply that by 8 to get to 160. 8 times 9. That was
And the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's going to hit something. Hook it. Hook it.
Ball and 2 strikes on Cody Bellinger, who's walked and homered.
And that's
The other way, just
And that's just a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Cody Bellinger so far this afternoon has a solo home run on also a walk to add to his name this afternoon. And that is popped up. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. And that's going to be a ground rule double for Cody Bellinger. Sorry, 2 for 2 this afternoon. Makes sense. I like it. Respectable. So Cody Bellinger already 2 for 2. So they're showing back from that third one back-to-back home runs. Bellinger at 376 and obviously Mancini at 368 feet on his. Now it's 8-0 Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th with Mancini. And that's going to be another base hit for the Cubs. And Cody Bellinger around third, and he's going to come in to score 9-0 Cubs.
Despite all the funk that we're seeing from Jake Reed, clearly the hitters have been able to get a measure of what it looks like coming out of that funky delivery.
And it's just a good piece of hitting by Mancini.
It's right in the middle of the strike zone.
The short compact went the other way.
We talked yesterday about how good the first 3 guys have been about getting on base, almost like 42%. 8 of the 9 RBIs have come from 4 through 7. I know some of them are solo home runs, but those guys are getting opportunities and they're taking advantage of it.
So the count, man, Reed. Are we getting? Yeah, Urias got lit up, and so does Jake Reed get lit up for a couple of runs. But now we got Young Gomes in the first pitch. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Already 0 for 2. with a flyout and a line out so far this afternoon with Yan Gomes.
That's why they keep the people engaged.
And the 1-0. That is off the hands, and that's going to be fouled out of play.
Yan Gomes is flied out to center and lined out to center. Still nobody out here in the fifth.
And that is fouled off. So now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Urias only lasted 4 because he gave up 5. They should be able to just lit him up. And yeah, Ryan Sandberg, one of the worst trades that we made with the Cubs. And that's going to be a base hit for Yan Gomes. That's going to be back-to-back base hits. Cubs just cannot stop hitting. And here comes Nick Madrigal already.
They're having in the dugout. And yeah, you're going to go to the guy who just hit a bomb ski off of him. You see Suzuki and Wisdom, Madrigal in that conversation, kind of just talking about his release, the spin of the ball, and what it looks like out of the hand.
Matsushita on the left, translating it.
And that is going to do it for Reed this afternoon. So we got another pitching change coming for the Dodgers. Woo. All right, so actually giving an idea. Well, let me pull up MLB the site. But so far, for those who want to know, actually go to Dodgers. So Arias only lasted 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, and has given up 2 homers. Jake Reed only went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and also has given up a homer. And now we got Andre Jackson to take his place on the bump for the Dodgers. Andre Jackson to come on to pitch for the Dodgers. Oof. So south of the 11, man. So still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Actually, some quick old highlights between I'll say not highlights, but like old photos, young photos of a young prime Dave Robertson during his playing days. Same with David Ross, who spent with the time with the Dodgers from 02 to 04. Well, I completely forgot about that. Well, I mean, they had the game won, but that turnover, and obviously with Nick Claxton getting ejected, pretty much cost him in that one huge turnover. And the first pitch from Jackson is high, 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Madrigal. I have no idea why we started fucking slow in April. I never really understood that. And the 1-0, that is fouled off at that time at 94. Nope, 1 ball, 1 strike.
The big question is if you can identify the individual from the left of that street. Were you able to do it? No.
The count's even, 1 ball, 1 strike on Nick Madrigal, and calls time here. We always find a way to start slow, and somehow between before, not all the time. There's only one. That's inside 2-1. But there's only a few instances where we actually had a lot of success in the month of April. Sometimes we never did well between April and May. We usually have some success, but when it comes like to June, towards up to September, we just for some reason just never got it going. And Madrigal, and that is going to be caught for out number 1 by Austin Wins. Well, the Pistons are the thing with the Pistons, they're not good. It's just like I don't know what the direction they're going with them. Like, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I get Trox being mad at them, but I think Trox has to realize like they're not that great. I mean, shit. I mean, take a look at I'm not saying take a look at the Thunder, but that's they actually are doing things the right way. So now we got Nico Horner's already 2 for 3. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Oh, God, a young cheat. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, days from like Ben Wallace. I mean, even the Bad Boy Pistons. And that is going to be drove into life. And that is gone. Nico Horner extends it to 12. Oh, good Lord, Dodgers fan. Let me ask you, the Dodgers fan out there. Are y'all okay? Holy shit. And a good pitch, too. A good changeup. Unfortunately, that was in the nitro zone for a right-handed hitter. A changeup in the inner half and out into the seats it goes. Yeah, the Dennis Rodman pitch. Well, that was before my time. And the first pitch is fouled off. No balls and a strike to Dansby Swanson. Wow. So we still got 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on to miss strike 2. So the Cubs have out homered the Dodgers 13-6 in 5 games this season. That's inside 1-2 at 96.
It's what they do really well. They've done well for a long period of time here, and it's just been somewhat of a different year for them. The bullpen is really strong.
Well, yeah. And Swanson fouls that off. Already 0 for 2. I mean, you missed Nico Horner's first home run of the year. Well, I mean, plus they're out homering the Dodgers, and that pitch is low, low inside 2-2. Oh, sorry, it's 1. Okay, now they made it 2-2. Counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Swanson. That is low, 3-2.
This inning, as much as he loves to see it and loves it for his hitters, is stressful on David Ross too, in a sense. Because you're worried about your pitcher, man. You're worried about, what's he going to have? How's he going to feel? I don't want him to.
And that's going to be a base hit for Dansby Swanson this afternoon. So that's going to be a 1-out single. Now here comes Ian Happ coming back up to the plate. Oof. Well, I feel you, Smiley. When you have an inning like this, yeah, you got to find a way to stay loose. And the first pitch to Happ fouls it off at 95. No balls on a strike.
starts thinking, how am I going to get through these innings? Right? There are certain guys that don't want to use. Maybe they shouldn't use the guy in AAA.
And the 0-1. That is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the fact that, and like I said, as bad as my Phillies are, at least I'll find teams that are more entertaining to watch and actually want to win baseball games. And that is low, 2-1. Like I said, I've always had tremendous respect for the Cubs. Not been a diehard Cubs fan, well, except for 2016, where I actually kind of jumped on the bandwagon a little bit. Like I said, I will admit I was a bandwagoner for the Cubs too. Want to see them win a World Series. Because let's be real, really not win a World Series, a World Series title in over 100 years. Come on now. And the 2-1, that is fouled off. And the range, man, y'all had an opportunity to. But the one, when I look back at that 2011 World Series with you and the Cardinals, the issue I had with that was having Nelson Cruz in left field or right field, I should say. That was the biggest downside to the Rangers. Y'all had an opportunity to win that series, but I think the Rangers can have potentially to win one. And the 2-2 is low, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
When you think about Jackson, he started throwing 18 pitches.
Yeah. Hey, trust me, I hate the Cardinals. Even that year, I hate the Cardinals. I hated the Cardinals more than anybody, with a passion. And the 3-2 pitch, that is fouled off. Yeah, it had an opportunity too, but that's here nor there. But still, not gonna lie though. Look at this year's team to the Rangers of 2011. I think and that is swung on a miss, strike 3, and that's gonna be the first strike. That's gonna be out number 2. But here comes Seiya Suzuki coming up right now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. So man, yeah, I get you. But hey, well, that's what happened. You know, finally, it took the Rangers this year to finally actually have a competent head coach or a competent. Well, actually, besides, it's actually been a while though since. I mean, I thought Ron Washington was not that bad of a manager in 2011. I think after that, just didn't really seem to really get anything going. The count's down, no balls and a strike to Suzuki. Yeah, this is pretty much. That's outside 1-1 to Seiya Suzuki. Already 2 for 3 this afternoon.
The broadcasters were no longer going to buy raffle tickets. It would be a bad look if we're jumping up and down up here. We won the raffle.
And that's going to drop it. Oh, and that's going to be caught for out number 3. However, the Cubs do more damage to the bottom here in the bottom of the 5th. Just keep the sticks rolling. Top 6 we go. It's a 12-0 lead for the Chicago Cubs. Well, good question. I'm not sure. I think the Cubs are just right now getting hot. Plus, I also think too the bullpen for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have not been the same in quite some time as well, and they just have not. Probably a lot, because dude, you would always. But I mean, look, Bruce Bochy. I mean, you got I've always said. I mean, the fact you actually got yourself a good one, and actually is well respected, like in Bruce Bochy, has really done that team wonders. Man. What up, Jeff? I appreciate you coming to see a beatdown by the Chicago Cubs. Woo-hoo-hoo. So it's 12-0 going to the top of the 6th, and Smiley. Oh, boy. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, good. It's on the Marquee Sports Network in Chicago. For me, and the first pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes. But I'm actually getting on the Marquee Sports Network through MLB TV, which I do have a subscription for. That is low, 2-0 to Trace Thompson. So Drew Smyly so far perfect through 5 innings for the first time in his career. Yeah, MLB Network as well. That has popped up because apparently this is supposed to be a free game of the day. And so Drew Smyly today, 7 strikeouts, 4 of them on the curveball. Yeah, it's the free game of the day, basically. Nope, I am up today. That's gonna be strike 2. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Drew Smyly, who's been very, very nice today. Been a very good game from him today. And the 2-2 pitch, a high 3-2. Counts now 3. No, it's full count. Yeah, it is. It's the free game because usually MLB will have those 1 games or free games of the day on MLB Network. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 8 by Drew Smyly. Only 69 pitches so far for Drew Smyly, and just sounds with the fastball. Right under the letters.
Here's a fun fact. This is the anniversary of Jake Arrieta's no-hitter in 2016.
Yeah, I remember that game. And that's first pitch in there. 1 ball, no balls and a strike.
The biggest since 19 hot something. David Ross caught that one.
And the 0-1, that's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, look, at least Cubs fans are happy, but Dodgers fans feel like want to kill themselves.
Struck out swinging his first time.
And the 1-1 swings and misses, strike 2.
Something else.
He's located up very well too. Where I think a lot of times the hitter will give up because they think it's above the zone and it kind of drops in there.
And the 1-2 pitch. That's an excuse me check swing, but that still holds 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strikeouts, but a lot of them have been elevated.
Pitch count in great shape.
Yep. He's got 13 swings and misses today.
And the 1-2, that's a bit high, 2-2.
This right there, just above the zone. 2-2. 33 years old, the kid from Little Rock, Arkansas, pitched his college ball at the University of Arkansas. Drew Smyly.
And the 2-2 pitch, that has popped up to right. Suzuki makes the catch for out number 2.
Let's flashback, shall we, to that no-hitter.
Obviously, now they're flashbacking a prime Jake Arrieta, April 21st, 2016, against the Cincinnati Reds. Oh, man. What years? They still had Jason Hayward on that team. Obviously, Ross, Arrieta. But the first pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes to Austin Wins.
You remember a great play from that game?
I don't.
No.
The counts.
I'm not saying that there was.
Yeah, and I think he still had a short and a good guy named Kyle Schwarber I think it was right before he tore his ACL, and that's high 2-0 to Austin Wins. The 2016 Cubs were a really fun team back in the day, and it feels like 7 years ago. God, 7 years ago to this date. Holy shit! And the 2-0 that has popped up, and that's going to go out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike on Austin Wins.
Look at the placement of that 2-0 fastball. I mean, that's the up and in corner. That's on the edge. I mean,
Yeah, 2016, man, had a fun team.
center up.
Just
He's been able to
and just for some reason, just never got it working ever since then. That is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, Schwarber, Arrieta, Hayward, Rizzo, Baez, Bryant, shortstop. Let me think. Russell before all that shit when it came out about him. The DV case. And a really good team back in the day too. And obviously we had Ross or Prime, Wilson Contreras over the years. Man, talk about having a fun team.
Razor sharp here today.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to find the glove of Ian Happ for out number 3. So bottom 6 we go. Drew Smiley. Wow. So 12-0. And this is the best game that I've seen. Well, let's be real. But going back. So flashback April 3rd. Jordan Alvarez are 100 career home runs. No one to forget about. I could care less about that. Speaking of which, let me try it. Yeah. 30, man, only 33? That's crazy. But I'm not gonna, God. 20 only spent 1 year with us in Philadelphia for Drew Smiley, but man, talk about having pitching a fucking game of your life. Only at 33. Oh, for sure. That's gonna be a fun whenever that's. Oh yeah, great Chicago. Yeah, remind us of that when we traded Fergie Jenkins to the motherfucking Cubs back in April 21st, 1966. What the fuck? Really rub it in, don't you, while you're at it. But the first pitch, that is popped up, and that is fouled out of play. No balls, 1 strike on Patrick Wisdom. So far, 1 for 3, but that one hit was a 2-run homer, or a 3-run shot, I should say. And the 0-1, that is high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Patrick Wisdom, who has accounted 3 of the 12 runs for the Chicago Cubs this afternoon. Yeah, trust me, we traded Fergie Jenkins. Who else did we trade? We traded Ryan. No, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg and Patrick Wisdom down the left field line. That's gonna be a double. That's gonna be a leadoff double for Patrick Wisdom. Strolling into second, and he's gonna have it easy. Yeah, well, Molly should not like my team because fuck. We lost to the fucking Rockies in game 1 for crying out loud. And shit. Yeah, but. So now you had. So Vargas comes in now actually switches to play first base for Freddie Freeman. Yeah. Man, I don't know what the fuck the Phillies. And the first pitch did he go? No, he did not. So Cody Bellinger holds up his swing. He does have a homer today. True, but let's. And the 1-0. That is in there for strike 1. Oh, I know we can't have perfect days, but not like me, man. And the 1-1, that is low. 2-1. Road versus, I mean, shit. I mean, and this is what happens when you have guys like Harper and Hoskins go down with injuries. And that is popped up. And Chris Taylor will make the catch for out number 2. Or actually out number 1.
The Nugget Queen in the house. It's time now for the McDonald's McNugget of the game. The Cubs 6 games with 10 or more runs. Ties for most.
Yeah, traded lead to the Mariners. Freddie Garcia didn't really pan out for us. Good God. What else did we fuck up? And that's in there on the outside corner for strike 1. And that's what it's too. Back in 07, we also had a guy by name Gio Gonzalez. What the fuck? Yeah, well, let's be real. Gonzalez dude sucked with us. That's fouled off. Still holding now. It's no balls, 2 strikes on Trey Mancini. That's Trey Scott rolling. That kind of sucked. Oh, for sure. Well, I know about the Thunder, man. I mean, they got draft picks for days. They got a good situation going over there in Oklahoma City. And the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's for sure. I mean, with the Thunder, though, man, it's going to be a really good year for them. Unfortunately, you guys got fucking Isaiah Joe, but that's beside the point. The count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Trey Mancini. And the pitch. That is outside, 2-2. Yeah. Honestly, I think the Oakland fans. I knew it was going to happen sooner rather than later. It just depended on how long it was going to take them to do it. But the fact that it started by them building or buying a plot of land in Las Vegas, and that's going to be a base hit by Trey Mancini. That's going to score another run, and Patrick Wisdom scores easily from second base. It is 13-0 Cubs. But before I got off track. But with Oakland going to Las Vegas, I think it was going to be time regardless. None of the fact that the city has not done nothing for that team in the last 20 years. And people say, oh, it was like Moneyball. And no, that's a lot of bullshit. And Oakland and the city itself didn't want to invest any renovations to that stadium. I mean, I've seen photos of it where you've seen like the concrete's all rusted. I mean, it's just bad. But the first pitch to Young Gomes is on the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike on Young Gomes. But like I said, it was going to happen, or it was going to happen one way or the other. And buying that plot of land was kind of the start. And Young Gomes just missed his pitch too, a hanging breaking ball. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I just really noticed that they didn't really care. I mean, look, they lost the Warriors to San Francisco. They lost the Raiders to Vegas. Now they're losing and that's popped up to medium deep center field. Thompson with the catch for out number 2. But yeah, think about it. That's the 3rd sports franchise that they lost in 5 years. Think about it. I think 2019. Because right now, I mean, you lost the Warriors to San Francisco. You lost the Raiders to Las Vegas. Now you're definitely losing the A's to Vegas. Depends on if they're going to keep the athletics team or probably rebrand, but we'll see. The first pitch to Madrigal's at the outside corner for strike 1. No balls on a strike.
His pitcher is the most important part of his day that day. Wait for them by the third baseline and walk off with him. Talk to him, has his arm around him. Just really get them.
And that's on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Certainly both guys that the Cubs have that vibe to them that their intent is, how am I going to get this guy in the mound for 9?
And the 1-1. And that is foul. It's actually on MLB Network. It's on MLB Network for free game of the day. Which is ridiculous, but I ain't gonna complain.
One of the reasons the Cubs are playing
That's why I have MLB TV.
They take pride in that.
And the 1-2. That is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Look at starting pitching. Cubs into today 305. That's third best in the majors. Here's the other thing that I think is important because you want correlation between teams getting to the playoffs and a stat, pitching strikeout rate. Teams that get to the playoffs strike people out. The Cubs are third in the majors, third highest strikeout rate for their pitching stat.
And the 2-2. That's chopped on the ground. Through the, nice snag for out number 3. So Cubs do get a run at the bottom of the 6th. Top 7 we go. Cubs up 13-0. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah. Well, see, I've never been to California, so I can't say. But if you really think about it, that's like 3 franchises. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's a good point. If you live there, I mean, both. I mean, you have NBC Sports on the. No, wait, hang on. South. No, North is the White Sox. South is the Cubs. I guess I gotta. But I gotta say this too, man. Sucks to be Oakland, man. You know that city. You know, I really can't speak for it. Okay, so at least you got me on that. But I will say that Oakland, they just did not care about the franchises whatsoever. Live pretty Chicago. It's pretty close to Chicago. I'm trying to think what is close to Chicago, man. But flashback to May 19th, 2022, Trevor Story hits 3 home runs against the Seattle Mariners. Even though, let's be real, Trevor Story has not become the same player as he once was back during his time in Colorado. But then again, that's kind of, I would say, the course effect. But regardless. Well, we're going to the top 7. It's still 13-0 Cubs over the Dodgers. And Smiley, man, has been pitching the hell of a game so far for the Cubs this afternoon. Obviously, with the FanDuel, 8th inning run, 0 is minus. And the first pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. And that's popped up, and that's going to be out of play. All right, Mancini. Oh, we'll make the night. Oh, actually, we'll catch it for out number 1. Well, I get you. Right. Because I always think of the opposite. Usually the White Sox is usually the south side or the north side, and Cubs are on the south side. But ever since they've seen the White Sox alternates, makes a lot of sense. And that is popped up, and that's and then Chris. Now I gotta fix the score. And the 0-1, it's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So yeah, that's why I want to try to take a trip to Chicago at some point. Some point in my life. I might catch a couple Cubs games. That is a bit high. 2-1. And the 2-1 by Smiley. Swings and misses. Strike 2. That at 90 miles an hour. It blows it right by Chris Taylor. And the 2-2. That is low, 3-2. That's pitch number 87.
And then that unorthodox crossfire.
It always seems that 1 inning would get him in trouble when he was with the Orioles. Right? He'd be rolling along, and then something would happen. He'd hit somebody, and it would just get him in trouble. But Fantastic pitcher here.
And the 3-2 pitch.
3-2.
In there, called strike 3.
Strikeout
Number 9 for Drew Smiley. Good God. And that's a strike for sure.
Top of the zone with the two-seamer. First strikeout looking today.
Yeah, true.
But a bunch of swings and misses.
And the first pitch is a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes to JD Martinez. Is 0 for 2 this afternoon.
and popped out foul to Nick Madrigal. Smiley back to work.
Swings and misses. No ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pitch count continues to climb. Could be a challenge.
93 was his high the first game against Cincinnati. At 76 and 81.
That's a bit high.
2 starts.
That's 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. That's fouled off. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
7 more outs. By the way, just to put it in perspective for where we are, I know this is a surprise to you guys. There have been 2 complete games in the majors this year. Sandy Alcantara April 4th against the Twins. Garrett Cole April 16th against the Twins. That's it.
And the 2-2 has popped up.
In the air.
Shallows right. And Suzuki will make the catch. Yeah. So bottom set we go. 13-0 Cubs. And Smiley, man. Not gonna lie, Arku, not a huge fan of the your Texas the Rangers City Connect. Just doesn't do it for me. From the eye test, anyways. Then again, I think I've seen worse. Yeah, YTC, that shit. It's yeah. Obviously, the Cubs tradition of Harry Carey's take me out to the ball game. But I get why, like, there's a lot of stuff they when like somebody that Texas history, which I'm all for that for sure. Just the design itself, like, it's not my cup of tea in terms of the design, but I do like the white, the cream colored jersey though. Don't get me wrong. Oh shit, yeah, 2-0. So 13 runs on 16 hits for the Cubs. So we're down to the third. And we're going to commercial. We are on a commercial break. So far, 13 runs, 16 hits for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Dodgers. And goodness gracious. Oh, Dodgers fans, I know they'll probably just shut this game off. So, you know what? Screw it. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Like I said, Nico Horner, 3 for 4 this afternoon. He also has a home run to his name this afternoon. And the 0-1. That is off the glove, and that's going to be another base hit for Nico Horner. I can see that. I can see that. So 4 for 6. Man, Nico Horner just swinging the stick really well off the glove of Taylor.
Still not going to win the gold medal for player of the game today. That's already been wrapped up by Drew Smiley. But what a performance by Horner.
And now we got Dansby Swanson. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls on the strike to Dansby Swanson.
Left Outman from left to right. Betts from right to second. Taylor from second to third.
And that is low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dansby Swanson. And the 1-1. That is swung and a miss. Strike 2.
Dansby Swanson was asked in spring training about being a leader, and he had such a great line. And I think it really does when it underlines what players need.
And the 1-2 pitch. In there. Called strike 3.
He said it's loving other people, taking care of other people, and sacrificing some of your own personal desires so other folks can be served. Perfect.
He's exactly right. You know, that's
Yep.
leaders are. They're so
Yep, Jose.
and they take care of other people. And it's
And now we got Ian Happ with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Dansby's so professional. His work ethic is fantastic. He plays every day.
And the first pitch is in there at 94, right at the knees of the outside corner for strike 1. Yeah, but they still have win with that lineup. And it's still a success nonetheless.
Ian Happ with a count 0-1. Happ with the double and a walk today. All Cubs leading at 13-0.
And the 1-0-1, that is low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Drew Smiley, 7
It's
perfect innings.
it's a possibility. I mean, the pitch count's not that bad.
3 pitches.
What up, Greg and John? Shout out to the 20 people coming in, man.
You asked the question.
I think I can see that. So usually Grossman for me is usually that's swung and a miss strike 2. But he's usually like 6 or 7. Like if I was putting the lineup together, he would usually be my 6th or 7th guy in the lineup. But like I said, in this case with Seager, on the shelf with the hamstring injury, I mean you have to make adjustments. So makes sense. Makes sense to me. And the 1-2 pitch. That is going to be on the ground for a 3-6-1. But that's going to be a fielder's choice. What is good? What is good? What up, the Great Walrus? So we got 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th, and we got Seiya Suzuki now coming up for the Cubs. Well, Esperella just put on a complete ass whooping that. But now in terms of the defense, Betts will move from right to second. Peralta will come in to play left, and Taylor will move from second to third with Vargas at first for Freddie Freeman. And the first pitch is low. I mean, the way the Cubs been scoring runs, I think they could potentially can really pose a threat in this NL Central. Because I mean, I don't think they're going to be like going to crash and burn like the Pirates. We know where the Reds are at. And the 1-0, that's on the outside corner, strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So do I think the Cubs are going to be strong? Sure. I mean, the way they've been scoring run, so I mean, it's definitely showing that way. And they got a guys through rotation and a good bullpen to go along with that. That is, that's ball 2, ball 1 apparently, ball 2 apparently according to the home plate umpire. Even though that was .80. It counts out 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch that is outside 3-1. And it counts out 3 balls and a strike to Seiya Suzuki with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, with Patrick Wisdom waiting behind him. Pretty much one. And that's outside ball 4. It's pretty much leaning towards that way. And that's gonna be two men on, 2 outs here. And now we got Patrick Wisdom now coming up with 2 runners on with the ducks on the pond.
I mean, it's been fastball curveball, so it's not like the pitches are going to change, but how you get to those certain counts, he's going over it in his mind.
And the first pitch to Wisdom is low, 1 ball, no strikes.
So, you start a game and your mindset is, I want to get ahead of the hitters,
And Young Ghost has done a really good job behind the plate so far this afternoon. All right, and the 1-0 swings and misses. Strike one by Wisdom to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike here at the bottom of the 7th. Cubs up 13-0. So shout out to everyone who's coming in. It is now a even count. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 men on, 2 out here in the 7th. And the 1-1 that is popped out of play. Now, obviously, Wisdom now down to the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes so far this afternoon. So far, 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer and a double. Also has been scored twice in this game.
It's one of those ones where I left it alone. Maybe the shortstop makes a play.
And here comes the 1-2. It's a bit high. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now on Patrick Wisdom. Slow start early, but has a couple of big hits to his name this afternoon for the Chicago Cubs. And the Cubs overall is all in this lineup been doing a lot of damage. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So to the top of the 8th we go. Getting towards the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. And Smiley going back out for the 8th. So thoughts going to be the Cubs on the record. Actually, I see this Cubs squad. If everything goes right, I would say at 162 games, I'm going to say they're going to be short of 90 wins. I'm going to say they're going to have 87 and I'm going to do some. I'm definitely going to say. I know they're going to have a bit of a high loss total because let's see, 62. I'm going to say they're going to be 87 and 75. But I still think this is still. But then again, the way how some of these teams have been starting, it could be changing. We've seen teams that made the playoffs or look like they're regressing early, and we see teams that have not made the postseason are actually playing pretty well. I mean, look at the Baltimore Ravens are 11-7. The Cubs potentially going to be 12-7. Barely missed out on I think the best barely missed out on the playoffs. The Dodgers, holy crap! I mean, I'm not just going to say one person could change the difference, but good Lord. But I'm going to say they're going to have between 87 wins to I basically between 87 to 89. I really don't think they're going to be that bad. The reason why I think so, because I want to give the Cubs the benefit of the doubt. I don't think that they're just yet. The way that I say it is because if you look at the Cubs teams in years past, you had Bryant, you had Baez, Rizzo, Russell, Hayward, Fowler at one point. They're still they're going in the right direction. That's all I know. That's all I'm saying. But they're going to yeah. I mean, with the new roster, sure. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Max Muncy. So it'll be Max Muncy, Vargas, and James Outman, the scheduled hitters for the Dodgers. The 0-1 is chopped up, and that's a broken bat. All right. And that's just unfortunate. Obviously, a little bit of a collision between Smiley and that's going to be done for the perfect game. Oh man, I think Nick Nurse might be going to the Rockets, or it could go to the Pistons. I mean, it depends who wants him. I don't think he's not going to stay. He's going to stay unemployed for long. And there's an unfortunate collision. Jeff right now was just swinging bunt by Max. Looks like by Max Muncy, or looks. Oh, that was Peralta. And that's going to end. That's the end of the perfect game. And unfortunately, with the collision between Smiley and Young Gomes, that's in there for strike one, regardless. I say let him finish this inning. You know, even though he gave out that one hit, I wouldn't pull him. I mean, he pitched well. That's in there for strike two.
Perfect games in the history of the sport, including Don Larson's in the World Series. There has not been a perfect game since August of 2012. When Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, the great Felix Hernandez threw. That's in the dirt, and then it's a good block by Young Gomes to keep that in front. To really get so we had 23 perfect games all time. The last one was in August 15th, 2012.
There's never been a perfect game by a Cub. There's never been a perfect game at Wrigley. So we had a chance for some history.
His last complete game came back in August of 2014.
And the 1-2 just misses inside. 2-2.
Two-hitter.
Am I allowed to say I'm sad?
Yeah, I really wanted to see it. Had a chance to be a part of a couple, and it's fun to watch.
And the 2-2 has popped up, and that's going to be a can of corn for out number one here in the eighth.
Guys have seen potential perfect games and potential no-hitters in all shapes and sizes, right? And this is completely subjective. If it's a perfect game and a no-hitter, it just is what it is. But some look like the pitcher is carving the other team up, and some it's just like, oh, we arrived here. He dominated today.
He dominated. You're absolutely right. I mean, you look at the strikeouts, the lack of hard contact. I mean, the hit was what, 32.3? You know, miles per hour.
And that is chopped foul.
Couldn't have rolled this ball out there any better. And watch Gomes here. That's on me. But it really wasn't. I mean, both guys are just.
Yeah, good point.
The chance that Smiley throws him out, turns and makes an accurate throw at first base.
A swing and a miss
Bang, bang play.
for strike two.
That could be a really hard
So
play.
no balls, 2 strikes on Outman, who's 0 for 2 this afternoon. So then this is pretty much going to be the last inning for Smiley. And the 0-2. Swing and miss, strike 3, and that is strikeout number 10.
Able to get Outman, there's 2 away.
I mean, as we take a look at this from the high home and the cameras, you could see that. Okay, he's.
Even that should have been Gones' ball, by the way, too. I appreciate that. You know what? And that is going to do it for Drew Smiley. And Drew Smiley, man, you can't really ask much for that. You know, good, a great outing. You know, 13-0 win. It would have been, because for me, that should have been Gomes' ball. By the way that how it all came about, I would say Gomes should have at least taken charge of that. You know, and then it would have been easier from there. Been smooth sailing ever since then. But you know, for someone, and I can say this from experience too. Like, trust me, you know, it's holding a perfect game is just one of those things. It's not easy. Yeah, just it's that one that swinging bunt. Look, I'm not a stickler for the unwritten rules. No, not the kind of old head, but still, that's like it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate how it came to a close. But looking at this overall, still was a great game. Not just from the offensively, but Drew Smiley as a whole just shut down. Shut down the Dodgers, and let's be real, it was fantastic. He actually pitched really well. Trust me, holding a perfect game, it's not easy as some guys make it look out to be. I could say that. But regardless, I mean, what up, Daniel? Yeah, I mean, nothing really can do about it. But a good throw would have gotten Peralta because even though it should have been going well. But so far, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts for Drew Smiley this afternoon. First Cub perfect through 7 since Jose Guzman in 1993. And it's just unfortunate how it came to be, but look, you can't. And perfecties are hard to get done anyway. So I mean, and the first pitch is in there for strike one. And we have Estrada now coming out from the Cubs bullpen. And it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike at 94.
That reminds me of the Kerry Wood game, the 20 strikeout game, and then the only hit of the game, a little roller to third base.
Hey, you ain't wrong. That's in there. Strike 2 on the back. Nice backdoor slider on Thompson.
Jeremiah Estrada, fresh up from AAA. Tough act to follow. Jeremiah. Yeah. Go get him, kid.
And the 1-2. That's a high at high and away at 95 for ball 2. So Jeremiah Estrada, so far right now in the 6th game of the year, 5 2/3 innings pitched and a 3.18 ERA in that short time frame. And the 2-2 pitch, and obviously that's now 3-2.
Hasn't pitched since Tuesday, so he's fairly well rested and should be able to hopefully finish out this game, right? He's thrown about six games in AAA with 7 strikeouts.
And the 0-2 in there, call strike 3, and that ends the top of the 8th. Bottom 8 we go. The Cubs still holding on 13-0 over the Dodgers. I mean, yeah, it happens. I mean, pitched pretty well. That one little dribbler had to ruin it all. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much always what it's been for most of them. So bottom 8 we go. Obviously showing some stuff from the old days. I mean, look, laugh what you want. Like, I know how bad we play. That's no surprise. So now bottom 8 we go. The first pitch to Bellinger, and they got Luke Williams. So we got Luke Williams now pitching on the bump for the.
So of course, here in 2023, new rules for position players pitching for Luke Williams, his first ever pitching appearance.
That's popped up, and that's going to be behind.
Under the new guidelines, teams have to be up by 10 or more runs in the 9th in order to let a position player pitch. Last year, a big league record of 100 position player
Mm.
pitching appearances.
Not the only stream. I'm going to be live in a few hours for SmackDown 1999, and then that's pretty much about it for the day. It's going to be easy 2 outs for Luke Williams on the bump.
How many pitching appearances does a position player have to make before you qualify him as a pitcher, like in fantasy baseball? This guy's throwing a knuckleball up there. You could argue, well, he's a position player, but he's a two-way player, so we should be able to use him.
Now we got Jan Gomes now coming up to take on Luke.
Lopsided situation.
And that is a foul ball off the mask for no balls, 1 strike.
1, 2, 3 inning too. That was the fourth.
If he gets one there for me, he qualifies as a pitcher. If he gets a 1, 2, 3 inning.
The 0-1. That's foul, and that's going to be fouled out of play. No balls. And Hayward make the catch at first base. Well, that's a shocker. And 1, 2, 3 for Luke Williams. So top 9 we go. Top 9 we go. But I do have 3 streams on Sunday though. That'd be the USFL for sure. I got the Kings and Warriors at 3:30. Then at 7 o'clock, I got my Philadelphia Stars taking on the Michigan Panthers. And now obviously 9:30 is the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. The count. Damn. That's why the Nugget. Oh. Laker. Yeah, you got so tomorrow you got the Sixers in Brooklyn for game 4. Suns and Clippers game 4. Game 3 between the Heat and the Bucks. I mean, right now it's been Estrada, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, and Estrada will stay out there. First pitch is a little bit outside, or on the outside corner for no balls and a strike to Luke Williams. And the 0-1 pitch. It's a bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He was with LA last year, and actually was pretty good for them.
He was with them.
Yeah, he was. They platoon. He would play against lefties.
He's with the White Sox. That's right.
And it counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch has fouled way out of the zone. Still holds 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Luis Torrens, by the way, is into the game in left field. Rios takes over at third. Nick Madrigal is the second baseman.
So obviously we have Luis Torrens in left coming to play to left. Madrigal moves from third to second, with Rios coming in to play third. So we just only small defensive changes. And the 1-2 swings and misses. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 2 for Estrada.
Statcast 3D will give you a colorful look at the Cubs offense here today. 17 hits they have banged out. And you see the color code there. Singles are blue, doubles are white, triples are periwinkle, and home runs are red. 9 hits coming on 2 strike counts. This is lovely.
And first pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, not just the D-backs, he just DFA'd. Yeah, don't pay attention. He wants to. Don't worry, Jeff. He wants to troll everybody. That has popped up, and that is going to be out of play. For Austin wins. So far, 0 for 2 today.
So has there ever been someone that's caught one, managed one, and broadcast one?
I don't know the broadcasting part. I don't know, but I have from the great Sarah Langs that you became the 5th individual.
And the 1-1 outside, 2 and 1.
No hit and played catcher in a game in which his team completed a no-hitter. Scott Service, Jeff Torborg, Herman Franks, and Wilbert Robbins.
Herman Franks, ex-Cub manager.
Oh, and that's high, 3.
Wilbert Robinson.
Yeah, pretty much the Cubs win at this point. Obviously, that's what happens when you piss them off. I lost yesterday. The count's out 3 balls and a strike from Estrada. And the pitch is high, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by the Cubs pitching today. And Toast of the Game presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. And it was just Drew Smiley just shoving it down the Dodgers' throats for 10 punch outs on 7 2/3 innings pitched. And the first pitch is clips it top part of the zone for strike 1, no balls and a strike to Chris Taylor.
13-0.
In the 0-1, that's a bit high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe not at all. He doesn't want to watch it again.
Yeah, Mad Bum's already gone, so. And the 1-1 is a bit low. No, Mad Bum just got DFA'd by the Diamondbacks. And there's who knows? At this point, just retire. Dude's freaking washed. And the 2-1 to Betts is high with 3 and 1. I don't think just Matt Bum just needs to retire. That's all he just needs to do. And the 3-1 by Estrada is a bit high for ball 4. So back-to-back walks from Estrada. So that's what Lowe's. So tomorrow's matchup, you have Dustin May and Hayden Wisniewski.
So that's our pitching matchup.
Made really good last time out.
First pitch is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Calibrate here, and Gomes wants to have a little chat with him.
Is that on the pitch comp? Did we calibrate on the pitch comp? Hit a couple buttons, get him right back on track.
And we had a quick meeting on the mound with Gomes and the pitching coach to kind of, recalibrate Estrada, because right now with back-to-back walks, we're only 1 out here in the 9th. Already up 13-0.
But we used to be able to run out there as much as we needed to. That's how you push the buttons. That could really slow a game down. The trips to the mound, the catchers.
Especially if it was Carlton Fisk. Right? Because it was a walk back and forth would take 20 minutes.
That's popped up, and that's going to be out of play. So no 1 ball, 1 strike on Chris Taylor.
When everybody was so paranoid about someone getting on second base, and they would just go out and change and rechange the signs and then go back.
That's swung and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Taylor.
Right? I mean, honestly, there seemed like there were 10 trips a game from each catcher.
You guys normally play quickies.
Yeah, about 4.5 hours.
Uncle.
I think a lot. And Taylor lines it foul.
You were talking about Carlton Fisk, and I love 27 because it was the opposite of 72. I used to work out with Carlton, right? Carlton was at the end of
The
his
count's
career.
still 1-2 strikes on Chris Taylor.
The joke
2 men on, 1 out here at the top of the ninth, 13-0 after pretty much getting the first hit in the previous half inning. That is low 2-2.
was like 24, working out together.
Yeah, I remember playing him in the Metrodome with the Twins, and he was playing left field. And the inning ended, and he had to wait. The inning couldn't start. The pitcher was
Oh, boy.
Carlton hadn't made his way from left field back into the dugout yet.
And the 2-2 in there. And that's going to be strike 3 called. So 1 out away. That's the third strikeout for Estrada.
On a day with Julio Urias pitching for the Dodgers, one of the best pitchers in the game, he thought, well, Drew's going to have to be awfully good here to keep his team in this game, keep it close. That's good.
And more than close. And the first pitch to Hayward. That is fouled off his leg.
The 2 starts that he's had, you know, against
Right now, overall in the year, hitting 200.
both of them, right? I mean, he's outdueled him in, you know, you brought up Urias the last 3 years. His ERA is tops.
Yeah. 262 since 2020, tops in Major League Baseball. Taking a backseat to Drew Smiley here this afternoon.
And that is out of play. Yeah.
And Wisniewski tomorrow is the Cubs. With the final nail in this one.
And the 0-2. That is low 1-2.
Jeez, that time. Cubs got the scoring starting with 2 in the first, broke it open with 7 runs in the fifth. 13-0.
And the 1-2. And a nice diving catch by Madrigal. And that is going to end it. The Cubs take game 2 of this series away from the Dodgers by a final score 13-0. And man, you know, I got to give a big round of applause to Drew Smiley. You know, was with us in 2019, did not pitch well, but ever since coming to Chicago, it's just like, it's painful, but it couldn't be happy for him, you know, of how he pitched. And, you know, the offense, the Cubs offense, they did what they needed to do. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if the Dodgers will do anything, but, you know, let me just take this off. But yeah, it's been one hell of a game this afternoon. With that being said, appreciate anyone who tuned in. If you guys new, make sure to hit the like button. Also hit that subscribe button. Check out all the links. It's linked down below. And that being said, I'll see you guys later.